So, I'm about to start hitchhiking up to Kalalau Trail. So, stick along. This is a good sign. Are you seeing this? Is it just me? Or are you seeing a giant raspberry? That ain't no GMO crap. So I'm really hoping this is a raspberry. Alright, so the rain has basically stopped. Just a little bit of a sprinkle, so I have a little bit of a chance to get a little bit more footage. A little. But 6.5 miles, well over halfway in my mind. But if you look over here, you can kind of see it. Crawlers is right about there. So I might actually hit it tonight before I stop. And then I'll probably stop on the other side of it, and then I'll have a pretty short hike tomorrow morning. I can't show you in this video. I can't tell you a story about it and make you see what I see right now. I'm on a cliff that I have enough room to stand, but it would not be a nice fall. And the ocean is raging beneath me. I'm just surrounded by cliff face, and it's just amazing, especially doing it alone. It brings a lot of, I don't know, I don't even know how to describe it. So something pretty crazy awesome happened this morning. I woke up, I was laying in my hammock, and I thought to myself, shoot, I forgot a fork. Totally forgot a fork. How am I gonna eat my ramen? I don't want to like wait for it to cool down. Don't want to like eat with my hands. Not that I wouldn't. Thought about that, and I was like, oh, whatever, I'll make do. Got up, went and took a pee. Where I decided to pee, I looked on the ground. There's a fork. Found a fork. I can only attribute that to God. Like, I needed it. It came. Thank you. So, just remember, you're always taken care of. So I just climbed the smallest tree of my life for this. It smells amazing. Kind of like an orange, kind of sweeter. Might be an orange. I don't know, but I can't wait to eat it.
Hey folks, so that was my Kalalau experience. A little bit of the trail, a little bit of the beach, and just a titch of the valley itself. You might be surprised that I didn't have a whole lot from the valley itself. That is because there are certain things in the valley and certain things altogether that I felt were too much for video. They're basically too much for words, really. But it's just I think it's a very spiritual place. It's out, unconnected from everything, and there's just so much that I can't tell in a video. It's something that you have to see for yourself. It's something that I recommend that you go and see at some point in your life. There's so few people that actually get to see this kind of thing. But really, like that, there are a couple highlights for me, and one of those was that fork. There's so much that went into me finding that fork. Like, I went past the halfway point. I didn't stop. I ended up doing Crawler's Ledge, and like at dusk, I went through the mud after that, and in the dark with a flashlight, and I just kept going, and I ended up stopping right where I needed to stop, camping there for the night. And then the next morning, right after I felt like, I thought that I needed my fork and I didn't have one, I ended up finding it right in front of me. And like I said, that's a total God thing. Like, there's no coincidence about that. And secondly, I got to see the community garden. And the community garden is a place where in the valley they actually grow, they cultivate this garden that's for everybody. And I got to see that, and it was the closest thing to like Eden that I could ever describe. And I walked around barefoot and nothing hurt my feet. There was everything was edible, except I think one thing. It was just wild seeing everything that was there, and just being able to walk through this valley, being shown around by the people who live there. But I made some amazing friends, people that I know I'll stay in contact with somehow, and it's really like a pilgrimage that I think that everybody should do. Like, it forces you to get away. There is no cell service. Even before you start the trail, like, there's no way you could ever contact anybody. And because of that, like, it's wonderful. But I thank you guys for sitting through this. I hope you enjoyed what I had to offer today. I leave for LA today. Still have no idea what's going to happen when I get there. I don't know how I'm going to get out of the airport. Kind of playing everything by ear. Just kind of keep me in your prayers if you would. It was good having you. I guess I'll just say, you become a little bit of everybody you meet. So who are you going to be?